Hey there guys, it's Anthony here from Cutting Edge Guitar. I'm just starting off a new video series for you now, which is going to be called Advice and Motivation for Guitar Players. The reason why I want to start this up is because it's something that comes up in most, if not all, of my guitar lessons, whether they're in the studio here, anyone I'm teaching in a school or something like that, or my Skype or Zoom sessions. I get asked these questions all the time about how do you keep going, how do you find the time, what should I be practicing, in what order should I practice things. I mean, the amount of questions that are out there are vast. So rather than just doing all my videos where I've got a guitar in my hands and I'm showing you how to do something, I thought I would just make this series which might clear up some questions, kind of similar to the quick tip lessons that I've been doing, except they're not necessarily showing you these things on the guitar. It's just talking about guitar concepts. So that's what the series is going to be about. And I think what I'll do today is I'm going to kick it off with how to find time. That is one of the biggest things that I get asked about all the time, is how do you find the time to practice? So this will vary depending on the student, of course it will. So younger students, I teach kids from sort of school age all the way up through their sort of GCSEs, sixth form, university, and on to all sorts of level, all the way through your academic learning. There's things like homework, sports, all extracurricular things that you do and all that sort of thing. For one thing I will say with that, finding time, even around those things, I mean, I know how hard that is because I did it, but there's still time, there's still time of an evening. What you've got to do is you've got to get off that Xbox, you've got to get off the PlayStation, put your phone down, like all of those things. When you start looking at how much time you spend doing all this other stuff, you think, well, actually, there is time to play the guitar. But that's, when you're young, there is more time, and that's when I built my technical abilities. That's when I built my knowledge of the fretboards and all those sorts of things. Was when I was young, probably up to around about when I was about sort of 17, 18. That was when things got really quite easy, actually, because I was at college. It was quite easy to find 5 hours a day where I could just practice my guitar and go to work and do all the other things that you need to do on top of it. Being an adult, that's where the time thing is really quite difficult. You've probably got a family, you've got a business or a job that is going to take up a lot of your time, you've got bills to pay, you've got all sorts of things in life. Life in general is going to get in the way. But the bit of advice that I would give anyone here is, yes, you've got to do all of those things. They're always going to be something that takes of most importance in your life, really, unless you're a professional guitarist. But what you need to do is you need to be super disciplined with your time. So rather than sort of sitting there of an evening thinking, oh well, when should I go and play my guitar, what should I do now, any of this sort of stuff, go right between the hours and 7 and 8 o'clock, that's when I'm playing my guitar. That is my hour where I'm going to go and play. I know that that's not the easiest thing, especially if you've got kids or all these other commitments, but maybe like I do this myself, maybe sometimes when you sort of think, okay, well, the kids are doing this and I've been to the gym, I've got work to do, all the rest of it, blah blah, what are you doing at 10 o'clock at night? Now some people will be sitting there, they're probably thinking, 10 o'clock at night, I'm not going to go and practice my guitar at 10 o'clock at night. Play in front of the telly, go and get it, play it unplugged. No one says you have to go to your music room or to your studio like I'm in now or whatever. There's always time. Just be disciplined and make the time. You've also got to be selfish with it. It's a strange thing for many of us to come to grips with. You think, oh well, I shouldn't be selfish, that's not right. But unfortunately, if you've got things that you want to do, like no one's going to wake up in the morning and go, how do I make you better on the guitar? It has to come from within. I mean, yes, of course, there's loads of content creators out there like myself that are doing these things on YouTube to show you lessons and give you things that will help you, but no one's actually waking up in the morning thinking, how am I going to help you find the time? That has to come from you. So yeah, you've got to be really disciplined, but be selfish with it as well. Sort of say, right, that is my hour and nothing's going to get in the way. I'm going to turn off my phone. I'm not reading the emails. I'm not answering this problem that might have arisen. I'm just going to go and do that, and when that's finished, that's when I can start doing everything else. Like I say, I practice guitar quite a lot, sort of 10 o'clock at night, sometimes even 11 o'clock at night. I mean, I don't really sleep all that much. I have to get up for work around 6 in the morning, like a lot of people out there do. There's a lot of people who get up a lot earlier, but for me, I think, well, 6 hours sleep is enough. You know, you can't expect to find all the hours in the world to get to the gym, play your guitar, run your business, see your family, do all the things you need to do. And you know, if you're sort of sleeping 8 to 10 hours a day, that's taking too much of a chunk out of your day. So that's what I'm saying about, you know, 11 till 12 at night. I might think, do you know what? Right, there's an hour. Everyone else is in bed. I've got an hour to myself. I want to get my guitar out. I want to sit and practice. It doesn't have to be going to the music room or going to your studio, plugging into your amp, doing all the rest of it. Just get your guitar out, play it unplugged. It might be, okay, I want to get better at these scales. Run up and down them for an hour before you go to bed. Or, you know, on the flip side, you might be a morning kind of person. Do it for an hour before you go to work. Get up that hour extra early, find the time, do the thing that you want to do. Okay guys, that's it for this first advice and motivation video. I'm going to do a whole series of these, so make sure you subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you'll pick up all these little tidbits of information that I'm going to give you. It'll help you progress and drive you forward with your playing. Okay, take care guys, and I'll see you soon.